And now we're going all the way to the US, Philly, but then he went to Amsterdam. He's worked with the likes of Music Soul Child, The Roots, and many more. Can you help me welcome Black Ice?
What's up? Okay, so could we could we could we get like just the spotlight, right? Like make it like dim the lights, like dim the lights. Yeah, yeah. I just felt like it'd make things sound deeper. By the way, I was nervous, so I got a double shot of vodka. And so we'll see. By the way, these first couple poems are absolutely about nothing. I am beautiful contradiction. Diction, vernacular, nonfiction, spectacular like your favorite neighborhood drama being narrated by Obama. Baby mama, try 3. Rhymes be drenched in life's experience, cinched in strife and leery since the wolves den I am destined to occupy. Ain't no stopping by, I live here. Give here my all, possess the gall and audacity to hope for greater things. Shit, come through my class and see what my young scribe scope for later brings, and then maybe you'll understand why this cage bird sings for Maya Angelou, Shandaya and Olu. Just a few of my students whose pessimism of prudence make me strive the standards created by the vary of my vocabulary, carry the weight of existence on my shoulders, realize I can move boulders with my higher self. Vibrational level 3 times higher than my prior self, for introspection only causes ascension. I am God extension, the manifest of conscious spirit and flesh ever evolving. The earth is not my favorite planet, don't come here often. But for these few eternal ticks, I chose 6 and dolphin as my residence of reinvention. Did I mention this gift of words make me X-Man? I flex man with animanium, reinforced metaphors, high standardized state test scores, labeled me problem child, ADD. But old bird didn't agree with the prescribed written. Instead, she made teachers apply the proper attention to satisfy her young son's insatiable mind. Marine like mom left no child behind, although daddy sometimes went AWOL. They say all the sins of the father visit the son, so I've been behind the gun since bust out the womb. Like King Tut thrust out the tomb, I'm the secret they cracked open but could not discover. I watch as capitalistic vultures hungrily hover over, screaming, God damn, who taught that nigga to read? So we give thanks to the creator for allowing poets to exercise their egos. Whose phone is on? Whose phone? Is that whose phone? Somebody better turn their phone off. So yeah, okay. I look at the news and I watch other people's nations formed over. While right out my window it looked like death done warmed over, swarmed over my folk like revelation is amidst us right now. Death in jail ready to enlist us right now. Fight how? I ain't been given the proper guidance or weaponry needed to protect myself. I never heeded advice to respect thyself. Shit, that was usually given to me from some corner nigga. You know the type when coke was ripe, a 3-year run, then gone a nigga. Spawn a nigga. I'm a side effect of the Willie Lynch prescription. Staged stereotypically, so I always fit the description. Educated improperly, so I never solved the encryption. For America to run smoothly, somebody gotta go through some friction. So I've been chosen for the addiction, to sell it and to use it. If you never learn how to love life, there's plenty room to abuse it. So I misuse it for all it's worth, because they refuse to give me a boost. They start me pecking for their little chicken feed, then get upset when I come home to roost. Shit, I want to sip the juice, but life's fruit ain't meant for me to squeeze. Built this brothel on my back and confined me to a strip tease. Assigned me the disease and put the poison in cute disguises. They spend millions keeping us broke because they know poverty demoralizes and uprises crime, and they stock on prison life. These bitch niggas get rich, making the poor envision strife. Wife and state perform corporate merger. Husband becomes inmate in Persia, and hip-hop culture is named the urger. This shit is supposed to disturb you. You ain't supposed to be able to sit tight. As the words submerge, they should be urging my people to get right. My nigga T love me to death. He said, yo, black nigga, this a shit fight. These ignorant niggas is stuck. They ain't gonna listen. I said, they just might. If the spit tight and I draw it right, then maybe they'll trace the stencil and live life a little better, prepared for fate, because it's eventual. And at my lowest, when all I had was the pad and the pencil, it seemed like the darkest of moments, but I seen the brightest potential. I got the heart of a teacher, but still a mind of a hustler. I got this shit that when it spit, it's guaranteed to touch you. Black ice clutch you. Put you right in the verse. It's like first person. It's like you was right there with the nigga when he was writing, when he was rehearsing. Some say my words are prophetic. It's like the succession of God's plan. So, stopping my progression is like fucking with God's man. Y'all don't understand the lessons that are coming in the ladder. I done prepared a substantial meal for y'all and the blessings in the batter. So eat up when we put the beat up, but please make sure you listen. See, the fact is the track is coating to make sure you get the nutrition. Black ice bring dreams into fruition. Soul mission, that's why I display my life in plain view. Use my wit to cleverly spit and entertain you. Sustain you like you my flock. They say the shepherd never goes away from his herd. Catch me on the block. When you see me, don't be afraid to come and talk with me. I'm Black Ice. Welcome to my life. Walk with me. So, okay, real quick, because I only got 20 minutes. I need words. Somebody give me some words. Words. Just yell them out. English, please. Just, huh? Give me one. Marshmallows. Okay. All right, give me. Give me affirmative words, right? That's it. Give me affirmative words, you know. Free, like phenomenal. Words like that. Huh? Who? Unity. There we go. Come on. Give me another one. All right. There we go. Yell them out. So here's what I do, right? I'm not about to do nothing fancy like, oh, I'm about to make a poem out of all these words. It's not about to happen. Not at all. I do this because, you know, obviously we are celebrating the power of words, right? What we do as poets. And for me, this is so special because we are all feeders. All of this wonderful cast of wordsmiths that you've seen all week, we're all feeders. So it's very rarely that we get to a place where we can be fed. So it's like recharge. You know, Poetry Africa is that important. It's a recharge for all of these truth sayers to go back out to their respective places and keep delivering what the fuck we supposed to do, right? So I ask for these words because because all of us are not expressive. All of us are not vulnerable and open and shit. So we come to these places because, and I ask for these words because there's somebody in this audience who needs one of those affirmative words. Somebody needs freedom. Somebody needs love. Somebody needs to feel that they're phenomenal, you know. And so I ask for those words because if you are one of those people, then you got your word and you can go home and, you know, and feel good. Cool? That's all. So, poetry. Okay, so I was the first spoken word artist, I was the only spoken word artist signed to Def Jam Records. I was also the only spoken word artist to leave Def Jam Records. When I got signed, I'm not the average black American man story. Like the stereotype is that, you know, most black men don't know their father and so on and so forth. And my father, my grandfather, my uncles are like my superheroes. You know, I hope that I can be 10% of what these amazing men have been, right? So when I met Russell Simmons, and I was so hyped, right? When I met Russell, because he like discovered me and shit. I don't know what that means. I was really grown and had kids, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of hard to be discovered when you got kids, you know. So, but when I was so excited, you know, because obviously, you know, dream realized, you know, or at least to that point. So I called my pop up, you know, and my pop is like the toughest cat I've ever met in my life. And I don't say that biasly because he's like my dad. My dad trained with Bruce Lee. He's like a ninja of sorts, you know what I'm saying, in a very dark-skinned black man's body, you know, like, and so I called him up, and I was like, yo, Pop, I met that nigga, man. He's like, what? Who the fuck you meet, son? I said, I met Russell. It's on. And so my pop said to really say, he said, son, congratulations. Don't take no wooden nickels. And it just struck me right back into place because I was in my giddy groupie shit. And my pop just set me straight. So I at one point along my path, I was broke and I had a lot of Fat Farm clothes. I hate Fat Farm. But I was broke and it was new, so I was like the Fat Farm mascot. So I went to Russell one day and I'm like, yo, nigga, I'm broke. You know, I can't get a job because you got me flying around in Learjets and shit and I don't have any money. You know, it's fun, but you know, I can't tell my kids' moms that I don't have no money when I'm showing up on TV with you. So he looked at me and he laughed at me. Like he literally laughed at me. And he said, Ice, get the fuck out of here, nigga. You know, and he walked into his office and at that point I didn't know what to do because I'm from North Philly and there's a certain way you respond to that type of thing. So I didn't know whether to like kind of punch him in the back of his neck or be higher and write a poem about it. So I wrote this poem called 410 Days in the Life because it was approximately 410 days since I had met Russell Simmons. It said, when you look at me and my brothers, what's your first impression? Does the sight of us leave you guessing? Or do you understand the stressing, the aggression? The look of no hope on me and my niggas' faces like the Lord overlooked us when he handed down his graces. You see embraces fall short on the numb tips of street entrepreneur fingers, still stuck in the walls of the project halls where the coke smell still lingers. External blingers is all we can be because on the inside we've been given nothing to shine on. And a record deal's harder to get than coke, so our niggas get their grind on because the TV tells us aim high, nigga, make all goals lateral. But see, that takes paper that we don't have, so niggas put their souls up as collateral now. Some niggas reclaim them, some blame them, make an excuse to sell them. But when a nigga goes from not doing to doing, what can you tell him? Not to be a nigga? Shit, I got to be a nigga. That's how I pay the bills. And I'm going to do that whether I got to sling this coke or exploit these rhyme skills. See, America makes you an opportunist, and at the same time, they institutionalize you. So the fact that niggas get big record deals, big money, and then go to jail shouldn't surprise you. That's what lies do. And see, most of these guys do have raw talent, just an infantile education. So the business feeds you all the weed and ecstasy and a little bit of paper to provide some pacification from all the bullshit frustration they serve you. Meanwhile, they corrupt your perception of what the real is. See, they've taken all our businessmen and giving them the mindsets of drug dealers. Took all our messengers, made them rappers, just flapping their jaws, afraid to admit their treason. Took all our soldiers for the cause, made them killers for no reason. And being fucked up, well, that's in this season. So if you're negative, you're positive. And if you're positive, you're called a hater. But I maintain control of my soul because I know it gets greater later. And I told you the last show, shit, nigga no hater. I just know where the truth is. Been intertwined in this pudding for about a year now, so I know where the proof is. See, it lies in these midtown Manhattan skyscrapers with former hustlers like myself sign papers and pull off fucked up capers like 16 infamous stars at a time. They got us chopping and bagging and serving that shit to niggas 16 bars at a time now. The crime is undetectable by the feds because in the heads of our kids is where the track is. And music is potent, it's straight to the soul, so it's much more addictive than crack is now. The high is just an illusion, all lies in confusion, but to feel that rush just once, my young bucks to go through it. So in essence, they still flooding the streets with the thugs, drugs, and killing. They just use these record labels to do it. Taking our heartfelt demos, putting us in limos, trying to fuck up divine direction. But young black men have been trained to chase money and pussy. So we fall victim to our own erection and begin to convince ourselves we're on our way somewhere where we're not going. But ignorance is bliss and niggas love this. So niggas take pride in not knowing. We not growing. Nigga, I give a fuck how slick you flowing if you ain't showing nothing to these kids or add nothing positive to the earth. Black Ice been destined to touch the world ever since I was born. To be real, fuck a record deal. God gives me what I'm worth. It was the end of that story. So I did that poem second season of Def Poetry on HBO, and so the next day after I did the poem, Def Jam called me. Whose fucking phone is that? Will you answer the phone? Kalani. Tell them you at a show. At any rate, so yeah, I did it at the taping because it was actually like my fuck you to the industry poem. I was like, you know what? I'm going back to being a barber. I like cutting hair. Fuck all these weirdos and shit, these star people. I'm not into this shit anyway. I'm going back to just cutting hair. I'm gonna chill. And so it was really my fuck you poem. And I said, well, I'm gonna go out with a bang. So I wrote that poem because I was really like, okay, I'm gonna just go back to the barbershop. And then the next day after I wrote the poem, Leor Cohen called me up. He was the president of Def Jam and was like, come and get we have something for you at the office. That's how he talked. You know, this is Leor Cohen, Black Ice. You come and you get this check. And the next day I got a check for like 15 grand, you know. I was like, shit, I'm gonna write some more fucked up shit about y'all. I didn't know that paid the money, you know. So along my path, I've won a couple of awards, Peabody, a Tony, an Emmy. I've toured with a bunch of people, Mary J. Blige and a bunch of other people. But somebody asked me in an interview, they said, well, what was your favorite show? And I said, my next one. Put the work in and leave it there. If you are a poet and you are here, the process is the goal. Put the work in and leave it there. If you are, branding and all of that shit, because, we all in this Instagram shit now, and everybody's a narcissist and everybody's a brand and, this, that, and other. Do the work. If you are a writer, write. You know what I'm saying? The rest of that shit will work itself out. But write first. So many people got the dopest Instagram pages, but they work suck. Don't let your work suck. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, And I don't have a poem to come up with that. I just feel like I need to get that off my chest. So one of my badges of honor is that I'm on the FBI no-fly list. Because a poem I did on Def Poetry about Hurricane Katrina, somehow they felt like it was unpatriotic. So the FBI, so there's several levels of the no-fly list. There's the no-fly list where you can't fly. And then there's the no-fly list where they take you in another room and they go through all your shit just to harass you, to let you know that we watching you, nigga. So I was on that no-fly list. And so I found out because my father called me really pissed off. And I know my dad's pissed off because he saved my man. When he's cool, he's like, yo, what's up, Mar? Or son, If he's perturbed a little bit, he's like, hey, dude. But if he's pissed off, he's like, hey, my man, And I feel like that's his way of just separating himself from me. Like, nigga, there's no relation between us right now. So he says, he hits me up, he says, hey, my man, the FBI just called my house. So what the fuck is going on? And I said, I don't know. They asked me all these questions, and they asked me about you being a poet. I said, maybe. I said, I don't know. Because my man Amir Suleiman had been put on the FBI list as well, and so did Suhaid Hamed. This is the power of your words. They scared of that truth. So I found out that that's what it was, and my pop hit me up like, my nigga. My pop's a former Black Panther, was a communist at one point. He's a heavy nigga, you know what I'm saying? So he said, my nigga. He said, if the poet is not in trouble with the king, he is in trouble with his work. So the poem went, it's a hard pill to swallow when the laws you follow are enforced on a land your ancestors were wrongfully mounted on. And the very principles this country's founded on can't be counted on in time of crisis and confusion. What an illusion they pulled off on us, misused and lost our trust too many times. But ain't too many rhymes been written about this, so I'm pissed because for some odd reason we feel like it's better that less is said. But for God's sakes, niggas, they left us for dead, dying. And there's no denying them fathers crying with their family sidewalk written. What was so cleverly hidden is now in plain vision for all to see. We want y'all to see how this country does its poor and downtrodden. This is an instance that must not be forgotten. It's for keeps. Long after the media sweeps, political name calling and lying, cinematography to desensitize the eyes so we don't cry no more when we see people dying in despair. We don't care. We just change the station. We live in a nation where the poor have nothing but time to spend, so we left waiting, tailgating floodwaters outside the Superdome, home no more, shown no more love than some of them third world countries we take over. This the real rape over, and this ain't young boy frustrated emotion, this is grown man rationale. Hard to admit my national don't give a fuck about its own, but the evidence is clear, we can stack it up. Kanye made a statement, Ice here to back it up. It's true. We live in a beautiful world, but ugly souls push the buttons, the gluttons of society. Top priority making sure the rich folk stay rich folk. pitchfork type thinking. New Orleans been sinking. This ain't a new issue. The Ninth Ward been the tissue that the city wipes his ass with. Like with the first flood, way before Bush contracted Halliburton to restore back the order, they used dead black bodies to try and hold back the water. Such disorder in a country that burns so much money. I'm telling you, you learn so much money when you just open up a book and look inside. That's where they hide the evidence, these fucked up presidents and their constituents. Pitch you against your own kind here. Fuck up your mind here. Yeah. They got opportunities and jobs for the poor. It's called prison life and warfare, nigga. That's your share of the American pie. But you got to lie, steal, and cheat to get it. Step on somebody's feet to get it. And our toes have been swollen for so long. They do us so wrong, but we just stand there and take it. Nature rips the mask off, so now they can't fake it. We stand here butt naked, nigga. This is your nation's poor. But you still turn around and ask us for our kids for war. And the battalions from the bayou that don't know what they over there fighting for, what the fuck can you possibly say to them when they learn their parents died, casualties of the war on poverty, waiting for help outside a fucking stadium? That's my 5-minute mark. Oh, that's saying I've exceeded my limit. Can I do one more? I do one more. Okay, one more. Okay, cool. So I guess this will be my last poem, yes? Thank you all for listening to us all run our mouths all evening. The thing about us poets is that, you know, we would do this shit ass naked in our living rooms, you know, and I'm sure we all do because we live this life. So this is not something that we don't do on the normal. This is who we are, you know. So the biggest deal about this event is that you are here. So we appreciate that, you know. Okay, somebody asked me to do this poem, and so here we go. I ain't no player hater, but I'll hate a player if you push me. See, nigga, while you stand there using all your heart trying to look the part with your cold, still eyes, nigga, you don't realize you just pussy for sale. On corner auction blocks, lost flocks of brethren, vodka. I ain't no player hater, but I'll hate a player if you push me. See, nigga, while you stand there using all your heart trying to look the part with your cold, still eyes, nigga, you don't realize you just pussy for sale. Now, I would call you female, but you too frail. While she held queen, I mean your existence is fractionally vaginal. Like the slits of the whores you use to suit your feeble needs. You know saturated soil and faulty fertilizer. Sure, your future seeds will be just like you, pussy, for sale. On corner auction blocks, lost flocks of brethren, now invested in by this America with stocks of cocaine. Temporary monetary gain in exchange for eternal pain, while the stain of your false reality remains an ever-imprinted actuality on your kids and in your kids, as they too have to suffer with you through the bids. Just kids. Trying not to let those lonely echoes bother. Knowing that father does not answer when they holler due to his undying infatuation with the dollar. Has been street scholar, now sees his toddlers through glass. And as the years pass, they grow fast and begin to understand, damn, dad had to go away from us because he didn't love us, just that he wasn't no real fucking man. I look at the paper like, oh damn, that's that cat that changed his name from David to Ayatollah. High roller, Motorola soldier, Tech 9 under his polar ass nigga. Don't know his future or past nigga, but that fast trigger and that die-cast 40-ounce swigger got this nigga thinking his shit is bigger than mine. Nigga, it's not surprising to find that your state of mind got you parking that $63,000 Lexus Flex right outside your mother's hard-earned $22,000 duplex. You know, the one right next to the projects where pseudo-elated, coke game created, crime-related manhood got you ass out, nigga. Getting high till you pass out, nigga. Quick way up, fast way out, nigga. How you figure your shit is bigger than mine? These fucked up times and hardcore rhymes got you throwing up gang signs and claiming coasts or shades of color, with shameless boasts of emotionless lovers that gazed upon that ice that covered that pendant of that religion you do not follow. Your faith has evaporated and made your soul hollow. Childhood dreams turned pharmaceutical schemes got you fucking with triple beams. Cat peeling, robbing and stealing for a piece of this fucked up American pie ass nigga. Ready to die ass nigga, fly ass nigga. Sit you in a cell, you probably cry ass nigga. How the fuck you figure your shit is bigger than mine? I see you. Diamond blinking, Cuban linking, and full-length minking, all strung out on delusional thinking. And as the government subsidizes these laboratory high-rises with new chemical surprises, you continue to hide your true self behind movie gangster disguises, oblivious to what life's true prize is, equating stupidity with the length you think your dick size is. The truth in your eyes is falsified, fabricated while you sit and wait for your fate to be debated by juries and judges who've held over 450 years worth of grudges. Nigga, get back, sit back and rediscover how to be an honest father, loyal lover, righteous brother, and not just another motherfucking.
Black Ice. A big hand for Black Ice, please.